Hello everyone, my name is Irina and today I am going to show you 10 looks with the Supreme Playbook palette from Avon. The palette comes with a mirror and it folds out like this. Just making sure I'm in the frame. If you want swatches for this palette, I have some on my Facebook page. I'll link it below. As just a quick overview, I think this palette is perfect if you're into neutral, nudie looks, but you still want a little something extra that you get on this side for maybe a night out if you have the chance to go on a night out, or you just want something extra to your looks, or maybe you work in a more conservative place, and then that's where this side of the palette comes in. It comes very handy. My palette is just a little bit grubby, so yeah, sorry about that. It gets grubby as you start dipping into the colors and everything, unfortunately. But anyway, you've got your four larger shades at the top, which are kind of like base shades, so that's why they're larger. And then there's four larger at the bottom, which can be used for inner corner highlight, face highlight, or brow bone highlight. If you are looking for super pigmented shadows, this is not the palette for you. If, however, you like building your shadows up a little bit, then I think you will like that. Personally, I do prefer colors that I would build up rather than full pigment straight on, especially if I get ready for work, because I have a little bit more control over the color itself, and it's easier to fix mistakes. But I do have times when I want like pigment. I have a couple of looks where you can see that you can get nice pigment out of them as well. These two shades over here, I was a little bit disappointed in, but actually they are eyeshadow toppers. They really work nice as eyeshadow toppers, and you will see what I mean when I do the looks. This black over here is not very pigmented, which can be good or bad depending on how you look at it. In the context of this palette, I think it's a good thing because you don't want the black to take over. You can use it to darken certain colors or darken your outer corner, and you just don't want it to take over and turn everything black. And again, you'll see that when I do the looks. I will start with the four looks that are on here, which I'll have to be honest, I'm not a fan of. And then I have a few of my own, which I do hope at least most of them are easy to follow, or at least a couple of them are easy to follow. You can do lots of looks with this palette. This feline, you can just throw it all over. It is really nice. Retro is really nice if you just throw it all over. But I've tried to do something a little bit more creative, so I think I hope it gives you a few ideas. Like, for example, what I'm wearing on my eyes right now, I have Ritual in my crease, and then Haute on my mobile lid, and then Ritual on lower lash line as well. So let's get into the looks. Before we start, I forgot to mention that I am not going to use liner or mascara for two reasons. One is to speed the process up, and then the second one is so that, you know, my eyelashes don't fall off. We're starting with the first look from the palette, which is called Shadow Wings. I'm starting with shade number 2, Crave, as a base. Then I am using Raw on the mobile lid. I'm taking a C-shaped brush because I want the color to show up. And then they said to put feline number 7 on the outer corner. I'm starting with a fluffy brush, but because the whole look is quite nude on me, I'm now trying it with a C-shaped brush as well, shade feline. And then I'm taking Utopia in the inner corner, and that's the look. Look number 2 from the palette is called Glistening Cloud. I'm starting with shade 3 Elusive as a base, and then shade 10 Satin all over the lid. I've started with the fluffy brush first, and then I've used my finger to get more of that color out. This is the topper shade I was telling you about, so it doesn't show up as well on top of this color. Third look at this palette is over the top, and I am starting with shade 3 as a base, Elusive, and I've got you sped up because I kind of struggled with this one. I've got shade 12 Noir in the crease, and then on the outer corner I have shade 5 Ritual, got shade 6 Undone on the mobile lid, I'm going back with Ritual and I'm trying to blend that a little bit. Then we have 17 Utopia in the inner corner and Brabon. Look number 4 from the palette is called Gradient Halo. We start with shade 1 as a base. Then we have Passion all over the lid. I'm starting with a fluffy brush to get that all over. And then I'm moving on to a C-shaped brush. Just build that color up and then blend that out. And then we got Intricate in the crease, which doesn't really show up. It's another one of those topper shades. Now we're getting into my own looks. I am starting with Feline all over the lid, and then just putting it on my finger to get that really nice shimmer pop. And then I'm taking a fluffy brush and I'm using Raw in the crease. And then I'm using Noir as an eyeliner. Noir and Nightfall would make good eyeliners. Nightfall more of a smoky one, but Noir more of a defined one. Next look of my own, I'll be starting with shade 2 Crave as a base. We have Raw as a transition shade, so it goes on the crease and a little bit further up, and then Ritual in the crease. Concentrated on the first half of the crease and a little bit on the outer corner. I am taking Nightfall, the black shade, on the outer corner and then the very first part of the crease, just for depth. I'm going to go back with the Ritual to blend all that together. I'm taking Retro all over the lid, all over the mobile lid. And then I'm using Impulse in the inner corner. Next look, this is the 7th look I'm starting with Bare Buff, and then I'm using Ritual as transition. And then I am using Ot in the crease and outer corner. I have tried to change the saturation a little bit on this one just so it shows the actual colors a little bit better. And then Retro all over the lid. Next look, look 8, I'm using Ritual all over. Just make sure that's nice and blended. And then I'm using Intricate on the mobile lid, the topper shade. It's best applied with a finger. Just build it up until you're happy with it. And I have Radiate in the inner corner as highlight. And I'm using it on my brow bone as well. Right, this would be your bonus look because it's very similar with as the other one, but with different colors. So I'm taking Passion all over the lid. Just make sure that's nice and blended. And then I'm blending it with Elusive as well. And then with my finger I'm taking Sateen, the other topper shade, all over the mobile lid. And I'm taking Alluring this time for the inner corner. Next look, I'm starting with Elusive as a base. Then I am using Mod as transition shade. Just gonna use the grays in the palette for this one. And then I am taking Hype in the crease. Just adding a little bit more and building the color up. Then I'm taking Nightfall and I'm going to deepen that outer corner and the crease. Just blend that out. I am taking a little bit more Mod to make sure that's all nice and blended. And then with my finger I am using Sateen on my mobile lid. Just building it up until I'm happy with it. And then on my lower lash line I am going to take Hype. For this look I'm going to do a cut crease. I'm starting with Nightfall and I am going to do my shape. I do apologize for not being in the frame for this one and not being very much in focus. You can see it a little bit better here. And then I am taking Passion and trying to blend the Nightfall a little bit. And then using Passion on the outer corner. And I'm taking Haute. Make sure that it's all nice and blended. Going back into Passion because it looks like I've lost it a little bit. Make sure we have a nice gradient. And I am cutting the crease now. I am using Revolution's Conceal and Correct in shade C0. And I'm using a concealer brush for this. Then I'm going to take Retro all over my... Unfortunately my camera stopped filming, so I have finished putting Retro on my mobile lid. Then in my inner corner I have put Impulse. And then also on my brow bone. And then on my lower lash line I have a combination of Nightfall and Passion. And I've also blended Passion with Retro. And then I've also cleaned up my edges, my edges with Crave. And this is it with liner and mascara. As I said, I hope you found a few of these looks easy to follow. Please let me know down below which one's your favorite, and if you've used this palette, let me know what you think of it. Stay tuned for another video because I have also the Extreme Playbook palette to do, which I'm very excited about. And if you like this, please give me a thumbs up, and that's it from me. Bye!